Merry Christmas, BBC Youth! It's starting to look a lot like Christmas here, and I hope the same is true at home. I hope the tree is up and decorated. I hope you help your parents deck the halls, and I hope you're ready to celebrate another Christmas season. As we talked about this Sunday, this is a chance for hope. This is a chance for joy. This is a chance we celebrate that God became human, that God dwelt among us. How great is that? So we're back with another weekly small group segment for you guys. And if you didn't have a chance to check out what happened on Friday, go back to our YouTube page and have a chance to watch through that. Engage with it. We had so much fun this week, and we just want you to be able to experience that as well. And if you have had a chance to see that, we hope you really enjoyed what OJ had to say to us this week. It was a pleasure having him on and having him be able to share with us what he had and what the Lord had been giving him with regard to our topic. And we talked about love this past week. I think this is such a neat opportunity to talk about love because Christmas is a chance where we just get to celebrate and love one another in ways that we don't normally. Think about it. People stand on the street corners collecting money, dressed as Santa so that we can love the homeless. There's a chance to donate our time in different ways to help at homeless shelters and with food drives. There's so much extra opportunity at Christmas to love because it's a chance when, think about it, society even recognizes how important this holiday is, this season is, and in a lot of cases, even recognizes how important Jesus is. They sing about him, they talk about him, and they even sometimes go to church. And so we would be remiss if we did not talk about love. It's so important to faith. And so if you haven't had a chance as a small group, pause this video right now, take a chance to pray, and to start your small group off well. All right, we'll see you in a few. Hey, welcome back. I hope you really enjoyed your time praying with one another. Prayer is the bedrock of what we build our small groups on. And so if you haven't routinely been praying together, I would so encourage you to take the time and just stop and pray once a small group. It will make a world of difference, I promise. All right, so if you haven't already, think about what OJ was talking about. He took us through a really unique set of passages that helped us understand and see what love can drive us to do and what love is all about. And so I want to take us to a really unique passage for a small group this week. In Matthew chapter 5, right at the end, Matthew 5, 43 to 48. So take a second, go and read Matthew 5, 43 to 48. And maybe take a second and read all of Matthew 5 and 6. It's a really unique passage and one of my favorites. And when you've done that, ask this question. Ready? What do I define love as? All right, go. All right, welcome back. I hope you guys had a really good discussion because how you understand love will start to shape a lot of things in your life. I think an understanding of a word as common as love, we sometimes take for granted. We think, well, everyone has the same understanding of love. Love is fill in the blank with whatever you said. But maybe what you realized as you were discussing as a small group is not everyone has the same understanding of love. I mean, think about it. To some, love is the center point of every Hallmark Christmas movie that you're going to watch. And it's this romantic, ushy-gushy thing, and And that's all love is, an emotion. And to others, love is something to be pursued. It's for marriage. It's for dating. It's always going after something. And for other people, love, well, it's just something I say to my parents, and maybe if I'm lucky, something I'll say to my best friend. But that's it. It's just a word. In a society that we live in today, love has gotten so many different confusing definitions. But as Christians, we need to come at this and say, all right, God, what is love to you? Because at the end of the day, it won't matter in any way, shape, or form what love means to Hallmark, what love means to your teacher, what love means to fill in the blank here. It only matters what love means to Jesus, because that is the bedrock of what we base our definition on. As I was thinking about it, we're often very me-centered when it comes to love. I was driving around this evening, and it seemed like every single intersection I got to, there was an accident. And what did I do? I didn't say, wow, this is horrible. I should be praying. I wonder how I can help them. Like, do they need food, clothing? You know, what has happened? How can I love these people? No, I was thinking, wow, what an inconvenience. I have to go the long way around instead of directly to my destination. Now, I feel horrible saying that because that's really admitting something personal. But I think as we stop to think about it, love for a lot of people is only convenient and only really love when it's easy for them, or it makes sense for them, or it's convenient for them. For a lot of people, it's not love if it's sacrifice. But does Jesus have something different to say in this passage? He says something very, very controversial. Love your enemies. So, talk about this for a second. Based on your definition of love that you gave in the previous section, what does it look like to love your enemies? Or even more broadly, what does it look like today to love as Jesus would love? All right, go talk about that for a few minutes. Okay, I really hope that was a fruitful conversation. You see, sometimes we're just not in a good place when we take society's definitions and put it in the Bible. And I hope that became apparent as you started, wrestling with how you defined love and then how you put that definition into action with what Jesus says. So let me ask you this. If you were to name your enemy and ask if you love that enemy, what would you say? Well, I think a lot of people would say, I don't. And Jesus would take a problem with that. But take it one step further. Ask yourself now if you would want to turn your enemy into your neighbor as Jesus would want you to. You see, it's kind of hard to take Jesus literally if we don't understand what he means by loving our neighbor. If it's just this gushy feeling, what's the point? And so I want to offer a definition that I read through in a book a couple years ago, and it really transformed and changed my life. Okay? Are you ready? In my opinion, a Christian definition of love is this. Love is a rugged commitment to be with, to be for, and to be unto one another's betterment. Let me say that again. Love is a rugged commitment to be with, to be for, and to be unto one another's benefit. All right? Let me break that down. Love is a rugged commitment. It's so easy to be for someone, to be with someone when you want to. But a commitment means that you're there even when you don't want to. So first off, it's a commitment. It's not a here today, gone tomorrow thing. It's an always thing. And it's a rugged commitment to be with that person. When you love someone, you stand beside them in thick and thin. When you love someone, you might not agree with them, but you are by their side and they know that you can be counted on. And that leads us to the second one, to be for someone. But not just blindly for someone. Love is for someone in a sense that you fight for them, that you want to see them succeed. And it might not be their definition of success, and it might not be your definition of success, but it's fighting for them. The last one is to be unto their betterment, meaning kind of like being for someone. You want to see this person become better. And not blindly become better, but become more like Jesus. And so that should be the aim of our love. If our love does not cause us to become more like Jesus, if our love does not cause others to become more like Jesus, what good is it? If the whole point of following Jesus is to become more like him, then is it really anything if we're causing other people or even ourselves to not become like him? You see, I believe this firmly. Love is a rugged commitment to be with, to be for, and to be unto one another's betterment. So ask yourself this question. If love is more than just feelings, and it's actually something that causes you to do something, what does this look like in your life today? How can love become the most practical thing you've ever done? All right, go and discuss that. Have you ever heard the saying, there's three things that remain, faith, hope, and love, and the greatest of these is love? If you haven't, it's something that Paul said once in one of his letters to one of the churches. And I always wondered, why is the greatest thing that remains love? I might not have this perfect, and people can debate me with this if they want. But I think love for Paul is the greatest thing to remain because it's one of the biggest things to transform someone's life. Hope and faith are deeply transformative, don't get me wrong. But when someone loves you, or when you love someone or something, you will change your whole life, your whole being, to be with that person or thing, to be for that person or thing, and to shape yourself or shape others like that person or thing. And so when Paul says the greatest thing to remain is love, I think he's poignantly saying that because he thinks if we just hold on to love, we're going to look a whole lot more like Jesus. It's cool, isn't it? Love isn't something to sit here and enjoy like these Christmas trees. Love should cause you to do something. OJ said that very clearly. If your love does not cause you to do something, you need to start thinking about your love. For Jesus, it was to start shaping the conversations and relationships you have with those around you. No longer can you hate someone like an enemy, but you learn to love them, to pray for them, to fight for them, to learn how to spend time with them. Not for your sake, but for their sake. Maybe they have something going on deep inside of them. And so this week, let your love motivate you and push you to be with someone, to be for someone, and to be unto someone's betterment, to change people and to love people into better followers of Jesus. It's cool, isn't it? Love is a powerful thing, but it all starts with a healthy definition of it. Think about what that can do in a season like Christmas. What would that look like in a season like Christmas? We love our family and we love our friends, but what if we loved our enemy? What if we loved the guy begging on the street corner? What if we loved more than the presents under the trees? You see, Christmas is about hope, it's about joy, but it's fundamentally about love. A kind of love that came down as a baby to be with you, to be for you, and to be unto your betterment. Think about it. Jesus did each and every one of those things. John says that Jesus dwelt with us. The cross says that Jesus was for us. And the church says that Jesus wants us to become more like him. So think about it. Love defines everything. But only a healthy definition of love defines everything. Hey guys, thanks so much for being with us this week. I hope that your small group was fantastic. I hope that you loved one another. I hope that you encouraged one another. I hope that you used your spiritual gift to bless one another and that you let the Spirit work through you. Catch us next week and don't catch us on YouTube because we're not going to be there. Catch us on Zoom next week. Look at the church website and the Zoom link will be posted there. And we're going to have a great time just celebrating and enjoying one another. All right, that's next Friday, the 11th. And then the week following, the 19th, we're going to put some of this love, some of this way the Spirit flows through us into practice. We're going to be serving on the 19th. Okay, stay tuned for more details on that. And feel free to email myself or Pastor Mark if you have any questions. All right, we hope that you guys have a great week at school, a great week in your families, and a very Merry Christmas. Bye, guys.